Hi, I'm James from Studio ANYO. We are a design-based studio in London and Dublin. We've been working in the modular sphere for about 8 years now. And we specialize in system design as opposed to architecture. We're going to go through some of the benefits of modular, and then I'm going to just go through our modular delivery platform, which is an open sourced delivery platform that we're just about to launch to help modular expand its ability to deliver projects. So we specialize in fully volumetric, which is a complete unit leaving the factory. We've created an open source tendering system, so you can have multiple systems coming onto sites. We work with multiple manufacturers, including have had a number of very good processes with MHI, which we haven't moved forward yet, but we are in constant conversations with them about their system. Some of the key benefits of fully volumetric systems include it can be cheaper than traditional construction. It's a lot faster. The financing is a lot faster. And the quality level and the product level is much, much higher. It's currently starting to move from temporary accommodation through low quality products for the last 10 years, and it's now moving into the mid to high end of the market and beginning to pick up particular pace in the last year or so, heavily promoted. The benefits significantly outweigh traditional construction. There's no comparison. It's a much better quality product we're producing. It's a much more sustainable product. So once it's adopted, traditional construction will be considered a much lower quality product than an MMC delivery. Key benefit, and the reason there's a huge drive now in the residential sector for MMC, is it's faster. So you can deliver homes, and there's a number of emergency home systems in the UK now, trying to deal with the social housing crisis using MMC systems. It's significantly faster because while we're building the foundations, we are building the homes that have at least 35% saving on program. And with the design system I'm going to show you, we can deliver homes 50% faster than traditional, higher quality and a lower cost. From a sustainability point of view, and you saw in the Ethiopia presentation, it's significantly better in terms of carbon, the cost of building it versus traditional. Traditional is very wasteful. I mean, back in the Roman times, we were building traditional. It's a very wasteful process, very low tech, very low productivity, and the amount of skips that come out of a site, the amount of truck movements, the amount of energy waste building traditionally is significant. I think about 30% of the UK's energy usage is to do with construction of building, and product waste is significant. The main reason MMC volumetric is very low on the carbon requirements is because you can reuse it. As the Ethiopia system, you can unbolt it, take away, and repurpose it. Most buildings, some of the first buildings I've designed, even in my career, have been knocked down and they just go to landfill. The main benefit is reuse. The cost and quality of a MMC is you're buying a different product when you buy an MMC product. The quality level is significantly higher than traditional. And that cost is, if you look at the whole life cycle of cost and maintenance of an MMC building versus traditional, it's built much better. It's built in a factory. So in the UK, you've had significant issues with quality in homes. And this has a cost, has a real cost. There's people coming into houses for a whole year before the snagging is complete on a house. And the quality level is just significantly higher. Benefits of the program are also to do with scheduling. So when you say with an MMC project, this year in the UK alone, you had 5 student resi blocks that didn't complete on time. So you had students arriving to accommodation that had to be put into hotels. In the hotel sector, the opening date is exceptionally critical in terms of the guests already booked or the guests are arriving. With MMC, the building is signed off 3 months, QA and snag 3 months before it arrives on site. So that opening of the program, the scheduling, and the using manufacturing process, scheduling is significantly better, which is a real value. Process. Quality levels are significantly higher, particularly on the stuff you don't see. So fire stopping. Somebody actually is signing off, they've put it in, somebody is signing off, they have witnessed that. Those two people are known and they're on the passport for the product, and you can track back who bought that fire seal, who put it in, who signed it off, the individual box that leaves the factory. You can't do that in any building. The quality benefits are vast within the MMC process, and there's no cost associated with that. It just becomes part of the process. Health and safety is significantly higher. So if you look at what a factory does in terms of process and doing an activity, it's incredibly streamlined and managed, and all the training is in place before anybody can do anything in the factory. On the site, anybody can pitch up and start doing whatever they like, and it's very difficult to manage and control safety on the site. In a factory, it's very precise and very safe activity. Structurally, the systems we work with tend to be hot roll sections with light gauge infill, similar to the MHI system, which is has got huge flexibility in terms of design opportunity. It's significantly helpful with sites that have logistics. So where you're doing complicated sites, refurbs in city centers, near infrastructure. You can move weight around, shift it around. So there's loads of other benefits of the system design that can be brought to sites where there's significant logistical challenges. And that's a view of a cage, and you can see it's a steel frame system that's fully certified and created in factory environments to a high level of precision. All the services are integrated in a full BIM 360 model before we hit site. So the coordination is complete before we hit site, because it's up to manufacturing grade. So we are not able to use rough dimensions. It's approximately this. It has to be exactly where it is, and the hole is punched in Mihal's system exactly 122 mil from the edge of the wall, and that's exactly where it is. So it's a different way of designing, it's a different way of constructing. Logistics is key. It's one of the first things any site appraisal will happen. If you can drive an Arctic lorry to your site, you can use an MMC solution. Drainage is the next thing. Quite complicated from a drainage point of view. As long as you can get access to the site, MMC solutions will offer significant benefits. And logistics is key. One thing us human beings are extremely good at is shifting boxes around very cheaply. So logistics costs aren't as significant as you think. They're just a set of rules that need to be adhered to. And they do have a design constraint in terms of widths of rooms, so you have to be aware of it when you're designing. That's the overall process that you would see in a factory. Our system is we designed to having the facade fully complete in the factory. 95% of the room is complete, and we're developing systems that are plug and play. So the MEP systems, similar to the Utopia, have click and connect on the electrics, on the water, on the facade is self-sealing. So we're developing true 100% turnkey solutions where the box drops in and it's plug and play is where we're trying to get to in terms of design. Just going to talk you through the delivery system we've created. This is an open sourced delivery system. So currently there's issues in the supply chain in terms of single source manufacturing, single source use of IP in the systems. The insurance industry is concerned about interoperability. So what we've designed is a system-based approach where Developer holds the IP and the IP system design, and the manufacturing using the system design. And we've also created what Michael was referring to was a suite of components that you can purchase rather than redesigning every site. So Moog creates a pre-engineered solution to modular. So you purchase a product rather than you're designing a building. So we're talking here about system design rather than architecture, and the architecture is applied afterwards. It's a different way of designing based on a system approach, developing a way to design for MMC that suits the manufacturing system, but also allows architecture to capable of designing. The building on the right is an architectural project we're currently designing using this system. MMC design, so what we're designing it is, that one's a Berkeley Homes one when you've just completed, Royal Arsenal in London. With our product, what we are doing is creating the design before we start the building. So the design is a system design, fully designed at the outset, 100% complete, and then we're applying it to sites. So that's a very different way of designing what architects currently do. Currently, architects look at a site, they design it, and then they consider MMC. This system uses very advanced system design, which changes the fire strategy, changes the facade design, but it's the IP sits with the developer, and it changes the way we consider design. So we're using more of a Lego block type approach. We've also got an AI piece of software that sits behind and manages design, which I'll show you on the end. And this is a scheme we did in Dublin, which unfortunately didn't get planning. We've got two products within the system, the platform at the moment, and each developer can add their own design to the platform. It will get fully detailed designed and then fully costed. So you'll be working with a Lego block that is your Lego block, so it can have your branding on it, it can have anything, your design considerations, you marry it, whatever brand or interior design, but it's fully complete and it's designed within the system. So we're talking about creating a product first and then deploying a product. So there's two currently on the platform. There's a London designed apartment, and there is a hotel room 2 apart hotel, which is fully costed with framework agreements sitting behind it with the supply chain. So the supply chain have fully costed the product, the room, and then we deploy it to the sites using the AI piece of software. London, so what do I mean by fully designed? I mean, before you have a site, you are picking your wall coverings, you are designing your apartment layout, you're completing the full product design before you're tackling the site. That means we have costed and detailed designed all the apartment before we've started the process. Once we've designed and detailed the process, we regulatory check on the design, so it's all fully code compliant, fully regulatory compliant. We're nowhere near our site now, we're still working in the ether. We have a supply chain agreements with multiple sources using a singular point IP, and then we're deploying it onto the sites. So once we have the product and we have created the system, we deploy it onto sites. And you think that's highly restrictive, you think that restricts architecture, you apply the architecture after, but you have a different set of rules. Currently, we're using rules to design architecture around size of apartments, building planning requirements. This is just another requirement, is a system requirement. So we're looking for uniform and stackability. And here we have designed the system for inter-stackability. So you can put product on top of product. So with two cage types here, type K, A, and B. Within those two cages, we can create all the different room fit out for the different apartments. So the living room, the bathroom, the bedrooms can all interchange in terms of their layouts from two cages, two cage types. On top of that, we can multiple stack 1 beds on top of 3 beds. So there's an inter-stackability of the design as well. So that gives huge flexibility in terms of what you can design, what you can stack, and what you can stack. But it is a system design. Fundamentally, behind it, design, there is a system design. What does this bring then? If you have a system design and a pattern design sitting behind your developments, you can save costs because now you're purchasing one frame. You're more like purchasing cars. You're purchasing across a system design, so you can drive down your costs. Your program savings, instead of saving 35%, which I was talking about an MMC supplier will currently offer you, you've now pre-designed your apartments. You're saving 50%. And your design savings are cut because you've only designed it once and you're using system design, you're applying it across the product. You can bring significant savings to the whole program and offer product to market that's below cost at a scalable product. I'm just going to show you the AI piece of software that manages the design once you have created the system approach. We're working with a AI software, and these guys will take your modular building, your modular products, and apply it into software fully designed. So here, they've taken a fully complete modular system, they've put it into an AI piece of software which has an optimization piece of software sitting behind it. But it also manages all the information that we have created. So we have a full BIM model beyond what you think is the current BIM standards. This is up to manufacturing standards. And sitting behind this is a cost model and a structural model. So what these boxes have behind them is a full, complete design set of information. There's a number of optimization softwares sitting on the market. This is one example. So here it's managing the mix of the apartment types because they're all interstackable. You can manage the heights. You can do a degree of customization that the manufacturers are happy with, so internal layouts can be changed. You can manage certain criteria in terms of the design. The interior branding can be managed with the software. It is working from a fully complete set of information. And from here, we're talking about doing this feasibility now in minutes rather than a couple of weeks, what the normal feasibility would take. And what you have kicked out from this feasibility is a fully designed cost model tied to a supply chain. And here you can manage your branding. So what Mode offers to market is a platform-based approach using system design tied to manufacturing capabilities to deliver product to scale, residential and any other product to scale at a lower cost point to currently on market.